Print on demand is the exact business model that I used to be able to quit my 9 to 5 in only 2 years. So going into 2025, I know many people have the same exact goal. If print on demand is the business model that you want to pursue, I'm going to give you a full tutorial on it. We're going to go through the different platforms, Printify and Printful. I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can get your designs onto shirts, how to find winning designs, and everything in between. So enough chatting and let's get right into it. So we will begin this tutorial on Printify. Now, Printify and Printful are the two main print on demand platforms and the ones that I've actually used myself extensively. I have over 2 years of working with Printify, and over the last few months, I've been using Printful. As a matter of fact, the hoodie that I'm wearing right now that you guys can see right here was from a previous drop for my brand. This hoodie was printed and made through Printify. And just to give you guys an idea of the quality, it has been washed about 5 times. I've wore a lot. I've watched it a lot, and the print on the front and on the back has not even wavered slightly. So one thing about this hoodie, this is the Gildan Heavy Blend hoodie. Now, although I'm not going to lie to you guys and tell you it's the heaviest feeling hoodie, it's the thickest, it's the softest. It's none of those things. It's relatively soft, but it is very, very durable and long lasting. So even after years of washing it, it's still going to look the same. Just to give you guys an idea of the quality that you can expect with print on demand, because I know that is a big concern for many people. So right now we're just going to walk through Printify, show you guys the offerings that they have. We're going to go over to Printful, and then last but not least, I'm going to show you how to actually find great designs, how to get ideas of different niches to enter into, and all of that stuff that's really going to be the money maker. So let's just walk through Printify first. On the homepage right here, you'll see the top earning products. Honestly, here they put some relatively gimmicky products. I don't recommend selling something like a note cube or a spiral bound journal or even a bookmark, because if the bookmark costs $4.41 plus an extra $3 in shipping, how much are you realistically going to sell a bookmark for? So always think about that when you see these sort of products. I mean, a journal is a bit different, but these low cost products, bookmarks, stickers, personally stay away from them because I don't feel like they can make much money. Let's talk about the real money makers. Those are the t-shirts, the hoodies, and the sweatshirts. The item that personally has made me the most money, the most sales, and got me the most positive reviews after about, I think, 3,000, 4,000 sales of just this particular crew neck right here. I've only received maybe 1 or 2 negative reviews related to quality. Maybe not even that. So this is the real money maker right here. The Gildan 18,000 crew neck is the perfect combination of solid quality and reasonable price for you as the seller, which means that you can offer it to your customers as well for a reasonable price. Now, you're probably confused because you're seeing 2 different price points here. So let me break it down for you. The price that you see below is for Printify Premium members. Printify Premium members is a membership that you pay $25 a month for, and it gives you discounts on products. So here you can see a demonstration of the kind of discount you'd expect to get. Normally it's $17.63. Printify Premium, you get $4 off. On this garment right here, you get $7 off. On this one, you get about $6 off. So it's a very, very nice discount that you get. And the membership is worth it if you're doing more than 3 orders a month. After that, it kind of pays for itself. But when you're first beginning, I don't even recommend jumping into getting the membership, because first you want to test out Printify and see if it's right for you, or Printful is the right option for you. Now, I've personally done thousands of orders through Printify. A couple positive points I can think of at the top of my head is Printify has really, really good seller support. So although Printify don't actually have their own production like Printful does, they make sure that the print providers that work on their website perform to their highest capabilities. So if they send the wrong item to your customer, you're going to get an instant refund or a reprint. If the item takes an unreasonable amount of time to get delivered to the customer, once again, you're going to get either a refund or a reprint. They pretty much handle everything there is to do in the selling process. So all you have to focus on is driving traffic to your website, to your Etsy, to your TikTok shop, and getting those sales, and they handle the rest, and they'll take care of you very, very well. So now let's talk a bit more about the design process. So you just click into a product. We're going to go with the Gildan crew neck once again. Some other really good money makers on Printify, as I mentioned, any sort of heavyweight cotton tee, those work really well because they're very high quality. Find the 100% cotton ones, reasonably priced, and you can then sell them for a reasonable price to your customers, but also give them something that's really, really high quality. And they have a good variety of hoodies. Now, the main downside to Printify is they lack a robust embroidery system. you could say. The only embroidery options you have are either center chest, but center chest, not the full center, a square in the middle of the item, which honestly makes no sense. I can't see anyone embroidering something in a tiny little square in the middle of a crew neck. And they have the left chest. That one makes a bit more sense, but still, it doesn't give it that embroidery punch that you usually get when you see a nice embroidered design across the front of the item, maybe some sleeve embroidery and things of that sort. Where Printify excels is direct to garment. Compared to Printful, they give you the best prices out there. So, for example, for this crew neck, if you have Printify Premium, it only costs you $13, where we'll see in a second on Printful, even with the Printful Premium membership, it costs about $17. Shipping prices are very reasonable. And as I explained to you guys previously, Printify acts as an intermediary between you yourself as the buyer or the seller, the business owner, and a host of different print providers located both in the US, in Europe, in the US, in Europe, Australia, and Canada as well. So you can see the list right here of the US suppliers first, because I'm in the US, and then you see others outside of the US, Canada, Australia, Poland, a whole host of European providers where prices are a bit higher than here, especially when it comes to shipping prices. Now in the US, you get the most favorable shipping prices. The print providers I've used personally are Monster Digital and SwiftSpot. SwiftSpot has really fallen down the rankings for a good reason. I've been noticing they ship out things late a lot. They make mistakes on the printing, or they send the wrong item a lot. And in all honesty, the only reason I use SwiftSpot is they have a big color selection right here. As you can see, 36 items, colors compared to 20. But for the sake of demonstration, let's just go with Monster Digital so I can show you guys how simple and straightforward the design process is. Now, when you do direct to garment designs, you can put a design on the front. You get the whole front, you get the back. If you want to add some more personalization and branding, you can add your logo, your business logo, your brand logo on the inner neck label. It adds a slight cost of $1. As a beginner, I don't even know if it's really worth it, to be honest. I don't think it makes a huge difference. I sold thousands and thousands of crew necks with the Gildan logo. So I think keep your profits, especially when you start out. You don't have to throw your logo on there. Do include a product insert card, just a simple thank you card that they only charge 10 cents for, that goes out with every single one of your orders, adds a little bit of branding, and adds a little bit of character to your business. Now, this is so simple that a third grader can do it. You select your colors here of the item. So let's say, I'll tell you guys, my best selling color is actually the light pink and sand. These two have done exceptionally well for me, and I think they'll do well for anyone. Now you select the two colors, you can make specific designs for each color, or for the sake of demonstration, once again, we'll just go with one design for both of them. You can go to upload, select a design from your device, but here we'll just pick a random design, throw it on there, and that's literally how fast the process is. Now, obviously when you have your own design, you go to upload, but it's the same thing. It's just drag and drop, and you get it in right here. You position it, take a look at preview to see if it's positioned the way you want it to be positioned. Two notes before I forget. Different print providers may charge different prices for different colors. Now, for the case of Monster Digital, they charge the same price for all the colors. But for SwiftSpot, certain colors, certain unique colors that they offer that others don't offer. One I can think of off the top of my head is this color called Garnet. It's like a very dark mix between red and maroon. They charge $2 more for that. They have another color called Sapphire that they charge a couple more dollars for that. So I just don't want you to get confused when you pick a different color and you see a higher price at checkout. The other thing that you might get an extra fee for, not might, but you will get an extra fee for if you do a design on the front and the back. Honestly, stay away from doing that. I don't think it's necessary, and I think it just adds too much to the item. It makes it look a bit gimmicky, in my opinion. Now, from here, you go on to preview. The only images from here that you should use on your site, on your Etsy, on your TikTok shop are this one and maybe this one if you want to include a picture of the bag. Don't ever use these mockups, ever. Everyone knows these are fake images. It looks AI generated, and people really stay away from that because it's just, that's not a real brand, right? So order in your sample. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then just go do pictures of the item on a body. It can be you, your sister, your mom, anyone. It doesn't matter. Just put it on a real human. You don't have to show their face as well. You can just do a photo from the neck down, but you need to get an idea of how this item looks as a customer in order to feel safe making the purchase. From here, you click on Save Product. Save selection once again as we picked our two different colors. Now, typically from here, you'd scroll down, you can include your product description, select your pricing, and then go into publish, and boom, just like that, depending on which store it's connected to, you can have three different ones, one for your, well, you should have three different ones, one for your Etsy, one for your TikTok shop, one for your Shopify. Once you click publish, it publishes it on that respective platform. From there, you can simply go onto my products, go to copy to, and then select the other stores will pop up here, copy products, and it'll just transfer them over to the other one. You do the same process again where you publish it. This is where you create your sample. So you go into create order, select sample, and just go through the process of picking which item you want as a sample. This is, if someone wants to go steal this idea, feel free. I feel like this is a very cool shirt. The prints of the Mexico looks very cool, and this is a really thick 100% cotton shirt. It's very, very high quality. I think this is the Gildan 5000. If I'm not mistaken, this one is 100% cotton. If this one isn't, yeah, this one is 100% cotton. So it has that heavyweight fabric and it's a good quality tee. So I'm going to demonstrate to you guys the kind of niches that you should work in that already have established audiences. But if you want to literally go copy this, this is a good one right here. I think it'll do very, very well, especially if you get some real images. Now, that's the breakdown of Printify. It's literally that simple. I don't know how long that took me. You can be up and running within a week. The hard part and the time consuming part is actually the designs, right? The actual product that you're selling, getting your logo set up, getting your site, getting your Etsy, your TikTok shop, your website set up, your email marketing. That's going to take you a bit of time. But if you feel discouraged about print on demand, or if you're someone who wants to start a clothing brand and you're really scared, you saw how simple that was. If you want to start a clothing brand and you love designing, don't go and buy that inventory upfront. Do not ever do that, no matter how good you think your designs are. Order in a sample and you see the variety of different garments you get here on Printify. Order in a sample, check it out, see if you like how the design actually looks. Maybe share it with some people, see reactions that you get, and test. Then from there, if you eventually want to take the next step of, okay, I want to improve this, add rhinestones, puff print, embossment, whatever it is that you want to add, then you can go to a manufacturer, but you have a proven concept. Now, next, we're going to take a look at Printful, and I'll break that down for you guys as well. So welcome to Printful. Now, right away, you're going to notice it looks very similar to Printify. Well, they actually recently just merged, which is going to mean faster production for us, better margins, better quality, and more garments to choose from. So good news all around. Now, on the websites themselves, I haven't seen any changes when it comes to production. I haven't seen any changes yet when it comes to how the whole process works and everything. But we're anticipating to see some big changes with the merger. Maybe they just become one site. Honestly, I don't know as of right now. So we're not going to go through Printful in the exact level of detail like Printify when it comes to getting your designs onto the items. Honestly, it's the same exact process. So I don't want to waste your time with that. What I do want to show you about Printful is just how amazing their embroidery system is. They have a very robust embroidery. The other thing about Printful is they're their own provider as well. They're their own print provider. They do everything in-house. So I want to show you guys just how big this catalog is. On Printify, you only have a list of about 8 different items that you can embroider on. And again, just in the center chest and left chest. Very, very small amount of options. On Printful, you have 133 items that you can get embroidery on, from different beanies of the highest quality to cheaper ones that are lower quality, to tote bags, to different kinds of t-shirts, to cropped hoodies, to literally everything you can think of, even socks, more name brand stuff that you can embroider. I don't ever recommend doing that because they're just so overpriced and unnecessary. This is pretty much for local businesses who are getting their employees embroidered pieces. They'll get like a Columbia jacket with the company logo. These aren't for resale, so no matter what, don't go and do like a Columbia embroidery. It makes no sense. What we want to focus on here is the crew necks and the t-shirts and the hoodies and everything. So let's take a look at, let's see, crew necks right here, sweatshirts. Again, I'll show you guys just how amazing, like how many options you get here. So these are you get a lot of options right away. The embroidery options are where it's really cool. So we'll just pick one at random here. You get some higher quality ones, some more, mid-level quality. Like you get this 100% cotton items as well, like the Cotton Heritage thicker. And then you get the Gildan 18 thousand, which does very, very well with embroidery. It's actually what most people sell embroidered on Etsy. So once you click into the product, you get your different embroidery options. I'm not going to go over direct to garment, same story as Printify. Here you get either a standard option or unlimited color option. First of all, Printify doesn't even offer you that. They only offer standard. Now, I don't think it's necessary to do the unlimited color option unless you want to do really intricate designs. But if you do want to, you have that option. Now, standard for me, again, is just great. What you'll notice though is a bit of a higher price. Once again, if you have the membership, the Printful Growth membership, you get about a $1.20 discount. Now, the nice thing about this is that Printify Growth is something that you can get for free dependent on how your store performs. So I think the cutoff is if you do $12,000 in the first 6 months of revenue, totally achievable. They give you Printify Growth free for a year, which is very nice because it saves you about $250 a year, and then you get all the extra savings on a per product basis. Shipping, again, same exact price, $8.49, $7.99. It's always in that range. Now, with the $17.69 price point when it comes to embroidery, it's a bit more expensive than Printify, but they give you different placements. And with each placement, they actually give you, it's just the whole system is way better. You can do more threads. When on Printify, you actually upload your design. You have to wait 3 days for them to digitize it. And then most of the time, they'll come back to you and tell you it's too complicated. I've had some incredibly simple designs that they couldn't even do for me, where it's just a 2-letter design, 2 colors. It's just the simplest design they weren't able to do. On Printful, I keep getting mixed up between the two, but on Printful, all you have to do is upload your design. Right then and there, they'll tell you how many threads are in it, if there's going to be an extra cost or not, and pretty much you get to work, right? So let's go into start design and we'll pick our color light pink. As you can see, the design maker looks very, very similar, very straightforward as well. You can select if you want to go back to direct to garment print, and you can do it right here, but you can select large center for embroidery, left wrist, right wrist. Wrist embroidery is so popular. You can also do your custom label on the inside. You can do a small center chest design or a left chest design as well. I think my favorite is the large center. Now, this allows you so much wiggle room to play around with different things. I typically wouldn't go for a big design right here because it would be a lot of threads and it would cost a lot of money. But let's say you were doing a text design, which I'm going to show you guys on Etsy. They're very, very, very popular. They're not really popular yet on TikTok Shop. And a lot of people don't even sell on their own site with just some very simple, clean text designs on the front. So what I'm thinking is you can, and this is something that I'm doing myself actually. So not even what I'm thinking, I'm just going to tell you guys, you get different phrases. It can be about different topics. It can either be religion based, it can be mental health based, it can be motivational, it can be growth related, it can be relationship related. You get different quotes. You can go on Pinterest and do some research on ones that are already very popular that you see have a lot of pins, a lot of likes, or a lot of shares. You go into Canva, you select a font, and I'll show you guys some fonts on Etsy that are doing very well. So pretty much you go on Etsy, see the fonts that are performing well, you use those same exact fonts with your quotes. You create the quotes on Canva, you come on here, you drop it. Because it is a text design, doesn't take up many threads, so you will end up paying just the base price. You're not going to have to pay more. You don't need unlimited colors. If you want to take it a step further, and if you're really tapped into the clothing niche, you'll know how popular it is, those embroidered wrist designs on the right or on the left wrist. You can add that. It's going to cost you a bit more, but it's going to allow you to sell your product for even more. And it's going to be a banging product. Now, this is what I love about Printful. I gave you guys both options, walked you through both. You can do Printify, you can do Printful. As someone who's done both platforms, I think when it comes to embroidery, if you want to do exclusively embroidery, just stay on Printful. It knocks Printify out of the park by 1,000,000%. If you just want to start out small, you don't want to get into anything, you don't want to commit to anything yet, you just want to test the waters, go with Printify. It's cheaper. The costs are much lower when it comes to getting in your samples as well. It's not as, I would say, robust. So the complications of Printful, even though it looks very simple, if that confuses you, if seeing all of this right here overwhelms you, just go with Printify. Do your graphic designs. Don't even think about embroidery. Get in the samples, test the waters, and get a better understanding of how this whole game works. And last but not least, I want to bring you guys over to Etsy because this is where the product research happens. So I mentioned previously the font idea. You want to find fonts that are already doing well on Etsy, especially if you're doing text designs. So you can see here some of the niches that are always working: pet stuff, anniversary stuff, relationship things, relationship gifts, religion, family. If you can find that banger embroidered design that fits one of these categories, it's going to do very, very well for you. Nationality is another one that people are very, very, very passionate about. So let's just do a quick Google search, a quick Etsy search for embroidered crew neck and see the different fonts that we find and see what we get. Oh, and would you look at that? Exactly as I had said. When you search embroidered crew neck, what pops up first, the majority of the crew necks are text-based crew necks. Very, very, very simple text. Something like this, my morning coffee, sig, and poop sweatshirt, you can do super easily on Printful. Doesn't take a design engineer, a design college graduate with a PhD to do something like this. It's very, very simple. I need a Diet Coke. Don't go and copy these exact ones, but I'm just giving you guys an idea of how simple it is. It's the fact that this is embroidered that makes it sell. If this wasn't embroidered, it was just direct to garment printing, it's easy to look over. It's not as nice to gift. It doesn't have anything special. Another key tip I'm going to tell you to stand out on TikTok Shop, to stand out on Etsy, and this is going to help your own conversion on your website. Make sure you do a real photo shoot with someone actually wearing the product. And you can see why it would make you stand out right away, because everything here, or the majority, are mock-up generated photos, right? There's no real person wearing it. Typically when I shop, I'm sure when you shop as well, you want to see people actually wearing the item before you buy it. You want to see what it looks like on, you want to see how it fits. So I always recommend getting real photo shoots, and it's going to make you stand out immediately. Look, no one here is wearing the item. Literally no one. I know it shows the product in a nice image when it's just the product's like a clean photo, but if you go into any clothing website, you're going to see people wearing the items. Even if it's small designs on them or anything like that, you're going to see them wearing it because it demonstrates how it looks like on. You see, again, the simplicity of these. Little line, you can add a cute design. Doesn't need to be a bow, once again, but you know what to do. You know what to do when it comes to that. It's not a very complicated process. This design obviously does really good, but you can see the idea of quotes. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. If you find one winning quote, you can test out a bunch, find one winning quote, and it's going to take off for you. It's literally that simple. Now, when it comes to testing out a lot of quotes, obviously you're not going to order 30 different sample crew necks with 30 different quotes on them that are embroidered. You're going to lose a lot of money if you do that. You can get 3 or 4, do photo shoots with those so you can have images of people wearing your crew necks, and then the rest you can get a sort of mock-up that is as realistic looking as possible. So I'll show you guys an example here. Let's see if we can find one. Something like this. You can buy a photo, a mock-up kind of pack on Etsy, and then you can put up your embroidered design on it, and then you can test out and see which ones work better than the others. Because again, you can't order 300 different embroidered crew necks to see which quotes work best, but you guys can see the simplicity of it. Very cool stuff here. Now, a lot of these products aren't even on TikTok Shop. Like this would probably kill it because it's embroidered. Actually, I've seen this one before on TikTok Shop. I've seen, but a lot of these I haven't seen. I haven't seen this one. This one I could definitely see going viral on TikTok. It's a bit popular here, so it would do very well. And I want to leave you guys with one final message. Make sure you sell on every platform. It's very easy to do. Don't think it's something that's overwhelming or anything like that. You're gonna get your photos. You saw how Printful, Printify link up to your Etsy, to your TikTok Shop, and to your website without any extra work. You just copy it over, gets everything copied, the description, the product title, the images. Perfect system. So we want to maximize how many eyeballs we can get on our products. That's the best way to do it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it gave you a good breakdown of print on demand for 2025. I hope you heed the advice I gave you, you put it to work, and you see some fantastic results. If you are still confused for whatever reason, down below the top link, it's my free 10-day ecom blueprint. It's a 10-day course that's totally free that I put hours into. You can watch that and it'll set you on the right path. It's really in depth and hours long. I couldn't make this video hours long for YouTube, but that I give you everything, all the information you need, all the sauce. And then below that, you will find a link for my ecom startup community. If you want to find a community of like-minded individuals who are trying to build something for themselves online, make sure you join. I'm going to be very, very active in there, helping out, doing exclusive course modules for everyone in the community and helping everyone grow. So let's grow together in 2025. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.